Good morning, student. I Purnima welcome you to my class. And children, I'm going to do the last part of the lesson, Ishwaran the storyteller. But before starting the lesson, I would like to revise all the important points of the lesson, because those who must have missed the classes, they will not be able to understand. So, first of all, children, stay at home, be safe, wear mask, wash your hand often, and moreover, children, please take care of yourself and your family. Now, Ishwaran the storyteller is a very mysterious story related with supernatural things, and children, still a question mark is there when the end of the story will be there. Today we will be doing that part of the lesson, and it is written by a very famous writer, R.K. Lakshman. He was a South Indian writer. So I will be revising the main points of the story. So children, first of all, Mahinder was, I will tell you, there are two major characters here. Mahinder, he is the junior supervisor, and his cook, Ishwaran. So these two are playing the major role in the story. So Mahinder was a junior supervisor in a firm. The firm offered on hire supervisor at construction. So children, what that firm used to do, it hire supervisors at construction sites, factories, bridges, dams, etc. Mahendra's job was to keep an eye on the activities at the work site. He had to go from one place to another. He was a bachelor. He could adjust himself to all conditions. Ishwaran, Mahinder's amazing cook, and children, when he used to go outside, he was not having enough time to do all his work. So Mahindra had a cook, he hired a cook, and the name of the cook was Ishwaran. Ishwaran had an amazing capacity to produce vegetables and cooking things from nowhere. He would conjure up the most delicious dishes made with fresh vegetables within an hour or so. Mahendra would go to work early in the morning, and he would have a breakfast, and he used to take tiffin also with him. Children, after Mahendra he used to go to work, Ishwaran used to do all the domestic work of the house of Mahendra. Okay, so after Mahendra's departure to work, Ishwaran would make up the shed, he would clean up the shed, he would wash the clothes, he will wash the utensil, clean the room, floor, everything, and finally he would go for his bath. So when he used to take bath, he used to do prayers. Then after taking bath, he used to have his lunch, and then after that he used to read a Tamil thriller and to doze off after lunch. And doze off means he used to, after reading the book, he used to sleep, and this was his daily routine. He had a strange method of narrating a story. One more characteristic of Ishwaran is depicted in the book, that he was very fond of telling the tales. He used to tell the story in a very nice manner. His story had the effect of the thriller. His story used to have the effect of the thriller. Now, Ishwaran's method of narrating the stories was very strange. Okay, he used to exaggerate even the smallest incident. Whatever was there, he used to exaggerate that smallest incident. He would work up in suspense, he would add a surprising end. This was because he was very imaginative. Mahendra would listen to him uncritically. Ishwaran narrates the story of a tusker. One day Ishwaran told a story of a tusker. One day tusker escaped from the timber yard. Timber yard means forest where lot of trees of timber were there. It roamed here and there. It tore up creepers and broke branches. Ishwaran would go so affected with the story that he would jump about here and there. The tusker creates panic among the people. So children, that tusker, what it does, it creates panic among the people. The tusker reached a town. It smashed all the stalls of fruit. Children, then the mud pots were there. That was also broken to pieces. People ran here and there. The students hid themselves in the classroom. The streets were empty as if no inhabitants were living there. Ishwaran was then a junior student in the school. He did not know what happened to him and children. The elephant was destroying everything in the school. Like he had broken one drum was there for the student to drink water. Then the basketball court, football, goal point, everything was destroyed by the elephant. So and then he was children. Everybody was on the top floor or on the terrace to watch. Everybody was watching. Nobody was knowing what to do. He did not know what happened to him, and suddenly Ishwaran took a cane from one of his teacher's hand and followed the went slowly towards the elephant. Um, the elephant now, children, the elephant grunted and stamped its feet, and the people were hypnotized. The people were shocked. They were not knowing that what this voice is up to, and then Ishwaran struck the elephant toenail. Very slowly he went there. He struck elephant's toenail. It shivered from head to foot and fell down. The moment he struck the uh, toenail of the elephant with the stick, with the cane, the elephant started shivering and he fell down. He fainted. A veterinary doctor was called, and after 2 days, the tusker was taken by the Mahavat. Ishwaran was asked how he did that. He told he did do so with the Japanese art, karate, and jujitsu. Now, children, so this was the most important incident of a tusker, very nicely described by Ishwaran to Mahinder, and the way he had described this story was simply amazing. So Ishwaran, now children, one day he told other stories about ghosts. One day Ishwaran told Mahinder something about the place. That factory area was once a burial ground. He himself once came across a human skull lying on the path. So children, one day Ishwaran told that this place is not good. Once upon a time it was a burial ground. He himself once came across a human skull lying on the path. He always saw ghosts at night. He was not frightened as he was brave, but there appeared a horrible ghost of a woman. It had matted hair and dried up face, shriveled face. So, what is the meaning of shriveled, dried up face? And she was ugly looking. She held a fetus in her arm. Mahinder reaction. Now, children, the way all this was told, Mahinder did not approve it. Hearing Ishwaran, Mahinder shivered. In fact, he got afraid. He called Ishwaran crazy, but from outside he told that Ishwaran, I don't believe in all this thing and you are going crazy. He told him that there was no ghost or spirit or ghost anywhere. They were the products of the mind. He asked Ishwaran to get himself medically examined. Now he was so cross with Ishwaran that he told that something must have gone wrong with your head and your digestive system. So you must go and show it yourself to the doctor. Mahinder then retired for the night. Then children Mahinder he went to his bedroom. Mahinder was affected. From that time Mahinder had uneasiness every night. The person who was so bold, he was so bold. Every night he peered into the darkness to see if there was any movement. He always liked to admire the sky on full moon night, but after Ishwaran's story, he avoided looking outside the window. Now, one day, Mahinder was awakened up from his sleep by a moan. What is the meaning of moan? Crying of someone. It was near his window. He resisted to look, but the wailing became louder. At first, he thought it must be some cat moaning, but then he looked outside, but then the wailing became louder and louder, and he started looking outside the window, and he saw a shadow, a dark, cloudy form. It was clutching a bundle. He perspired and panted. Later, he thought that it might have been some trick from his subconscious mind. Whatever, children, it was not. It was a moonlit night, and he could only see a form, a dark shadow, a dark cloudy form, something clutching in its hand. He did not see it very clearly, but at first he thought it might have been some trick from his subconscious mind. Now, Mahendra decided to leave the place. Next morning, Mahendra was ready to go to his office. The horror of the night had faded, but Ishwaran came to him. He told him about the ghost. He told Mahendra that he also heard the moan the previous night. He saw Mahendra also to see the ghost. A chill went down Mahendra's body. He went to office the next morning. He handed his paper and determined to leave the haunted place the very next day. So children, in the at last also children, today I'm going to do the last part of the story, and we see what happened there. So children, I will be doing the explanation from page number 16. Okay. So he went on to narrate how he sometimes saw ghosts at night. I'm not easily frightened by these things, sir. Now, children, he told that often Narendra, after one day when he came home, he told Ishwaran that sometimes he saw ghost at night, but I'm not easily frightened. I'm a brave fellow, but he also told this place is not good because it is situated on the burial ground, and children, there so many tombs used to be there once upon a time. So this place is not good, and he also told that he had seen many skulls and many bones when he used to come there when he used to go. So, but he told me, I'm not easily frightened by these things, sir. I am a brave fellow. But one horrible ghost of a woman which appears off and on at midnight during the full moon. It is an ugly creature with matted hair. Now she told, but he told that I am frightened with one ghost. In fact, not frightened, but that ghost is very horrible. She is having a matted hair. Matted means tangled hair. And children, she is having a shriveled, dried up face. Shriveled means dried up face. And she carried something. She carried a fetus in her hand. So she looks quite a horrible ghost. She is that horrible ghost of a woman which appears on and at midnight during the full moon. It is an ugly creature with matted hair and shriveled face, and like a skeleton holding a fetus in its arm. Mahinder shivered at the description and interrupted rather sharply. Now, children, Mahinder was listening, and in fact, he started feeling scared. So he interrupted. In fact, he got cross and he interrupted rather sharply. He showed a bit cross, said he is a bit angry. You are crazy, Ishwaran. There are no such thing as ghost or spirit. So he started scolding Ishwaran. He told that you are crazy. There are no such thing as ghost or spirit. It is all a figmentation of your imagination. He is telling that it is simply a figmentation of your imagination. Get your digestive system examined and maybe your head as well. You are talking nonsense. Now children, why he told get your digestive system examined? Because children, the thinking power of head depend upon our digestive system. How? If our digestive system will not be all right, children, a gas is there which rise from the digestive system to your head, and lot of children, you will feel dizzy, you will feel headache, you will not be able to feel easy, comfortable, and hence you won't be able to think. So he's telling maybe because you have to show your digestive system or you head to the doctor. You are simply talking nonsense. And children, he was so angry, so annoyed, so cross with Ishwaran. He did not tell afterward anything to Ishwaran. He walked to his room. Mahendra walked to his room for the night, expecting Ishwaran to sulk for a couple of days. In fact, he thought Ishwaran would be unhappy because he never generally used to say anything to Ishwaran. Whenever he used to tell, to tell the story to Ishwaran, Ishwaran used to tell him with a nice expression, and he also used to take a lot of interest to hear Ishwaran's story. So this was the first time he must have got angry with Ishwaran. So Mahinder, he was a bit cross. He scolded him, and he thought since he never used to scold Ishwaran, so Mahinder thought that he will be very angry for many days. But the next morning he was surprised to find the cook as cheerful and talkative as ever. But next morning, children, the cook he was talking to him in the same manner as he used to talk before, and he was looking as cheerful, as talkative as ever. Now, a change came to Mahinder when this incident was described by Ishwaran. Now, children, from that day, Mahinder, for all his brave talk, went to bed with a certain uneasiness. So, children, Mahinder, who himself was a brave person, who never used to believe in the ghost and all that children thing, he went to bed. He went to bed, and that day he was feeling a bit scared. He was feeling a bit uneasiness, and children, a change came to him. The person who was so bold, it seems that he is now scared with something. He is afraid with something. Every night he peered into the darkness. Now, children, every night before taking a sleep, he used to look outside through the window next to his bed. I'm at page number 17. So, children, see how that one story of Ishwaran brought a change in Mahinder's life. So, children, you can see the person who was so bold. Now he was a bit scared, and just to make himself satisfied, he used to look at the window to see nothing is there outside the window. So every night he used to peer into the darkness outside. Now I'm at page number 17, the first line. Through the window next to his bed. So a window was there next to his bed, and he used to look from that window to satisfy himself that nothing is outside, trying to make sure that there was no movement of dark shape in the vicinity. Vicinity is the surrounding area, so he wanted to make sure that nobody is there, no shapes or something is there in the areas which were surrounding his house. But he could only see a sea of darkness with the twinkling lights of the factory miles away. Only thing, children, he could see darkness and twinkling lights of the factory miles away, nothing else. He had always liked to admire the milk white landscape on full moon night. Now, children, he always liked to see the scenery at the time of full moon night, especially the milk white landscape on full moonlight. But after hearing Ishwaran's story of the female ghost, he avoided looking out of his window altogether when the moon was full. Now, children, when he started avoiding children, he did not look at the windows, especially when the full moon was there. Why, children? Because he told that the horrible ghost of that lady, it used to come at full moon night only. And directly or indirectly, though Ishwaran told him, I don't believe in all this thing, but now it is 100% sure that he is believing. That's why he's peeping outside the window, and he is looking at the shape, okay, and all this thing he's trying to see through the window. And on the day of moonlit night, on the day of full moon, he did not even have a heart to see that thing. So he avoided looking out of his window altogether when the moon was full. One night, Mahinder was woken up from his sleep by a low moan close to his window. At first, he put it down to a cat crawling around for mice. Now, children, one night, suddenly, what happened? Mahinder started that he heard that somebody is crying. He was woken up from his sleep by a low moan. Moan means crying close to his window. So at first he put it down to a cat prowling around for mice. So children, prowling is moving. Moan is sad cry. You can note it down somewhere. Moan is sad cry. Okay. And prowling, prowling, hunting. Okay. Or to find something. So children, at first he thought a cat is there who must be hunting or prowling for the rat. But the sound was so guttural for a cat. But children, then afterward he realized that the sound was not like the cat. It was a guttural type of sound. Guttural means produced from the throat. Guttural, it means produced from the throat. Guttural. Okay. So that, but the sound was too guttural for a cat. Now children, he then the sound when he heard it again, he found that that sound was not of a cat. It was coming from as if from the throat of somebody. He resisted the curiosity to look out. Now children, what happened? He resisted. He wanted to look out, but children, he resisted. He resisted means he opposed. That means his conscience opposed him. His conscience told not to look outside. Okay. So, but the sound was too guttural for a cat. He resisted. He wanted to stop the curiosity to look out, lest he should behold a sight which would stop his heart. Children, something curiosity is desire to know more and more. Okay. And then he wanted to see, but his conscience was telling not to look outside. Okay. And otherwise he might look something which would stop his heart. Which would stop his heart, that means he would be would be quite scared after seeing that thing. But the wailing became louder and less feline. Children, but the wailing, it started becoming louder and louder. It was not like the cat. He knew that it was not a cat. It is a sound of something else. He could not resist the temptation anymore. Now children, he could not resist. He could not stop from looking outside. He looked, lowering himself to the level of the window sill. He lowered his body to the window sill and he looked out at the white sheet of moonlight outside. He saw a moonlight night was there. White sheet of moonlight was outside there. There, not too far away, was a dark or cloudy form clutching a bundle. So children, what did he saw? He saw a dark cloudy form. Okay. Which was holding, clutching means it was catching hold of a bundle. So what that bundle might be? It was a fetus, children. Okay, the way it was holding, it looked clearly that it is a fetus of something. There not too far away was a dark cloudy form clutching a bundle. Mahinder broke into a cold sweat and fell back on the pillow. Now children, Mahinder was shocked. Whatever he was fearing for, he had seen today. A cold sweat was there and he fell back to the pillow, panting. And children, he started panting. He has started gasping. As he gradually recovered from the ghastly experience, he began to reason with himself and finally concluded that it must have been some sort of auto suggestion. Now children, then he started thinking what or was it when he controlled himself after some time. And children, he came a sort of auto suggestion. What is the meaning of auto suggestion? Self advice, some trick that his subconscious had played on him. He started thinking, was it a some type of trick from his subconscious mind, or was it something very was it really a ghost? By the time he had got up in the morning, had a bath and come out to have his breakfast. Well, anyway, the night had passed. Now Mahinder wanted to forget everything. He wanted to go to his duty. He wanted to join his duty. So he got up in the morning. He had a bath. He came out to have his breakfast. The horror of the previous night had faded from his memory. Now for a few time, that horrible moment which he had gone through the previous night had faded from his memory. Ishwaran greeted him at the door with his lunch packet and his bag. Ishwaran children greeted him at the door. Now suddenly Ishwaran came to him. He greeted him with his lunch packet and his bag. Just as Mahinder was stepping out, Ishwaran grinned and said, "Sir, remember the other day when I was telling you about the female ghost with a fetus in its arm? You were so angry with me for imagining things." So he told, "Sir, that day when I discussed with you the female ghost, you were very much angry with me. Well, you saw her yourself last night, but last night you saw yourself. I came running, hearing the sound of moaning that was coming from your room." He told, "When I saw the moaning, I heard the moaning sound, I came from your room." Children, dash, dash, dash is very important. Here we have to think. Was it really a ghost seen by Mahinder as told by Ishwaran? Was it some trick, or was it a trick by Ishwaran to prove that Mahinder was wrong, or he must have taken the revenge of that day's scolding, or was it his imagination? Nothing has been discussed here. Only the writer has put 3 dots. That means now we have to think and we have to conclude. A chill went down Mahinder's spine. He did not wait for Ishwaran to complete his sentence. He hurried away to his office and handed in his papers. So children, that day he did not told. Okay. And children, he went to his office. He handed, he gave the papers. He hurried away to his office and handed in his paper, resolving to leave the haunted place the very next day. Resolving means he was determined. Resolving means he was determined, and haunted, that means children, that visited by ghost. Haunted means a ghost often comes there. So he decided that he would leave that place after the next day. So children, this story is dealing with the children, this story is though Ishwaran was a fascinating storyteller, but now we hear the point of discussion go. Okay, what do you feel? Now you have to decide whether it was really the ghost as seen by Mahinder, or was it some trick, okay, by Ishwaran because he wanted to take revenge, okay, and the horrible experience of Mahinder, or was it his imagination? Because the children, when we are scared with someone, like you must have seen, like many people are scared with snake, and if in night, if there is no full light, bright light is there, and if a rope will be lying, then also the people will think that it is a snake. So was it a his imagination, and he must have heard some moaning sound of a cat or some animals, and children, since he was already scared, he must have thought that it is really the ghost of that lady. So this is all. We don't know, but this story is full of suspense, full of unnatural things, children, and how must Mahinder have, see how he has lifted the person who never used to believe in ghost and all that thing. Now he had believed after seeing all that thing. He had believed, that's why he was leaving the place. So now it is this point we have to guess what really was there. So with this, in my next video children, question answer will be discussed again along with the main point of the story. And with this I conclude my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.